Idioms. Using idioms in the IELTS exam can be beneficial for several reasons. Idioms help you express yourself more fluently and naturally. Native speakers frequently use idiomatic expressions, so incorporating them into your speech can make you sound more like a native speaker. Idioms can enhance your score in both the speaking and writing tests. In the speaking test, using idioms demonstrates your ability to use idiomatic English and makes your speech more interesting and engaging. In the writing test, idioms can add interest to your writing and make it more concise and effective. Some idioms are deeply rooted in the culture of a country. Using common idioms at the right time showcases your cultural awareness and can be particularly helpful if you plan to study abroad, such as in the UK. Here are 100 common English idioms along with their meanings and example sentences. 1. A hot potato. Meaning, something that is difficult or dangerous to deal with. Example, terrorism is a political hot potato in Afghanistan. 2. A penny for your thoughts. Meaning, way of asking what someone is thinking. Example, after several minutes of silence he finally looked at her and said, "A penny for your thoughts, Lily." 3. Actions speak louder than words. Meaning, what you do is more significant than what you say. Example, I am sorry. I'll try to be a better person henceforth. She, actions speak louder than words. 4. Add insult to injury. Meaning, to make a bad situation worse. Example, their basement was flooded, and then, to add insult to injury, a pipe burst in the kitchen. 5. An arm and a leg. Meaning, a lot of money. Example, it's the best cruise in the world, but it will cost you an arm and a leg. 6. At the drop of a hat. Meaning, immediately, without any hesitation. Example, Ellie was always ready to go shopping at the drop of a hat. 7. Back to the drawing board. Meaning, start something all over again. Example, I failed this semester, but now I am back to the drawing board. 8. The ball is in your court. Meaning, it is up to you to take the next step. Example, I've made my decision, and now the ball is in your court. 9. Barking up the wrong tree. Meaning, looking in the wrong place, accusing the wrong person. Example, he did not commit the crime, you're barking up the wrong tree. 10. Be glad to see the back of. Meaning, be glad to see someone leave. Example, I never liked her. I'll be glad to see the back of her. 11. Beat around the bush. Meaning, avoid answering a question, not speaking directly about the issue. Example, tell me what the problem is, stop beating around the bush. 12. Best of both worlds. Meaning, situation wherein one can enjoy two different opportunities. Example, she had the privilege of being a professor and a student's freedom. She had the best of both worlds. 13. Best thing since sliced bread. Meaning, a good idea or plan, an excellent new invention. Example, I love your idea. It's the best thing since sliced bread. 14. Bite off more than you can chew. Meaning, to take on a task that is way too big. Example, our boss bit off more than she could chew when she promised the client we'd have the project ready by next week. 15. Blessing in disguise. Meaning, something good that isn't recognized at first. Example, Ashok's losing his job was a blessing in disguise, it allowed him to pursue higher studies. 16. Burn the midnight oil. Meaning, to stay up working, especially studying, late at night. Example, she's been burning the midnight oil for the last few months, her hard work will pay off in the coming exams. 17. Don't judge a book by its cover. Meaning, don't judge something primarily by its appearance. Example, he doesn't look intelligent. You can't judge a book by its cover. 18. Caught between two stools. Meaning, when someone finds it difficult to choose between two alternatives. Example, he had committed to both and now he's caught between two stools. 19. Cross that bridge when you come to it. Meaning, deal with a problem if and when it becomes necessary. Example, I think I need to hire a lawyer. Cross that bridge when you come to it. 20. Cry over spilled milk. Meaning, to be unhappy about something that cannot be undone. Example, it can't be helped, don't cry over spilled milk. 21. Curiosity killed the cat. Meaning, being too curious can get you into trouble. Example, don't ask about his divorce, curiosity killed the cat. 22. Cut corners. meaning, to take shortcuts, when something is done badly to save money. Example, they always put quality first, they won't cut corners just to save money. 23. Cut the mustard. Meaning, perform satisfactorily, to succeed. Example, we need a better catcher, this one just doesn't cut the mustard. 24. Devil's advocate. Meaning, to present a counter-argument. Example, the teacher always played devil's advocate to provoke discussion in the classroom. 25. Don't count your chickens before the eggs have hatched. Meaning, don't make plans for something that might not happen. Example, you might not win the prize and you've already spent the money? Don't count your chickens before the eggs have hatched. 26. Don't give up the day job. Meaning, you're not very good at something. You could definitely not do it professionally. Example, why did you invest in business even after failing in it in the past? Don't give up the day job. 27. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Meaning, don't focus all of your attention on one thing or one area. Example, I know you love Harvard, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. Apply to other colleges too. 28. Drastic times call for drastic measures. Meaning, when you're extremely desperate you need to take drastic actions. Example, yes, we had to let go of 5 of our workers. Drastic times call for drastic measures. 29. Elvis has left the building. Meaning, the show has come to an end. It's all over. Example, we waited for another performance by the band but it looked like Elvis had left the building. 30. Every cloud has a silver lining. Meaning, be optimistic, even difficult times will lead to better days. Example, I'm sorry your business is going badly, but remember every cloud has a silver lining. 31. Far cry from. Meaning, a thing that is very different from something else. Example, what you did was a far cry from what you said you were going to do. 32. Feel a bit under the weather. Meaning, feeling sick or unhealthy. Example, I'm not coming to office today, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. 33. Give the benefit of doubt. Meaning, believe someone's statement without proof. Example, I knew him since the past 5 years, so I gave him the benefit of doubt. 34. Hear through the grapevine. Meaning, to hear news from someone who heard that news from someone else. Example, I heard through the grapevine that she's pregnant. 35. Hit the nail on the head. Meaning, to do or say exactly the right thing. Example, you've spotted the flaw, Robert. You've hit the nail on the head. 36. Hit the sack/sheets/hay. Meaning, to go to bed. Example, I'm exhausted. I think I'll just hit the sack. 37. In the heat of the moment. Meaning, overwhelmed by what's happening at the moment. Example, he doesn't hate you. He just said that in the heat of the moment. 38. It takes two to tango. Meaning, both people involved in a bad situation are responsible for it. Example, he blamed her for his lack of attention. Well, it takes two to tango. 39. Jump on the bandwagon. Meaning, join a popular trend or activity. Example, so many people are playing that game that I might as well jump on the bandwagon and check it out. 40. Keep something at bay. Meaning, keep something away. Example, a good way to keep your anxiety at bay is through meditation. 41. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Meaning, to solve 2 problems at a time with just one action. Example, John practiced his words while peeling the potatoes. He was killing 2 birds with 1 stone. 42. Last straw. Meaning, the final problem in a series of problems. Example, this is the last straw. I'm calling the police. 43. Let sleeping dogs lie. Meaning, leave something alone if it might cause trouble. Example, I thought I would ask him if he wanted me to pay him back right away, but then I decided to let the sleeping dogs lie. 44. Let the cat out of the bag. Meaning, to reveal a secret, to share information that was previously concealed. Example, it's our secret. Don't let the cat out of the bag. 45. Make a long story short. Meaning, come to the point, leave out the details. Example, and, to make the long story short, I never got back the money I lent him. 46. Method in the madness. Meaning, a purpose in what one is doing, even though it seems to be crazy. Example, what I'm doing might seem strange, but there is a method in my madness. 47. Miss the boat. Meaning, to miss out on something. Example, pay attention, John, or you'll miss the boat and never learn algebra. 48. Not a spark of decency, meaning, a person who has no manners. Example, her brother does not have a spark of decency. I don't like the way he acts in public. 49. Not playing with a full deck, meaning, someone who is mentally, psychologically, or intellectually deficient. Example, he's an intelligent guy, but with all the crazy things he does, I wonder if he's not playing with the full deck. 50. On the ball, meaning, when someone understands a situation well, attentive. Example, if you were on the ball, this wouldn't have happened. 51. Off the record, meaning, not made as an official or attributable statement, unofficial, confidential. Example, he accepted his fault off the record and hence it could not be used by the prosecutor in the court. 52. Oldest trick in the book, meaning, a well-known and much-used trick/method. Example, the oldest trick in the book to treat colds and coughs is drinking turmeric milk. 53. Off the cuff, meaning, without preparation, spontaneous. Example, she has a reputation for handling off-the-cuff interviews very well. 54. Old habits die hard, meaning, people find it difficult to change their accustomed behavior. Example, she retired last month, but still gets up at the same time in the morning. Old habits die hard. 55. Once in a blue moon, meaning, very rarely. Example, Jill has a very rocky relationship with her father. She speaks to him once in a blue moon. 56. Open the floodgates, meaning, release something that was previously under control. Example, economists fear that relaxing price control will open the floodgates to inflation. 57. Out of the blue, meaning, happen unexpectedly. Example, she had given up all hope when out of the blue she got a call from Harvard. 58. Out on a limb, meaning, do something risky or something that others do not support, leaving the doer in a difficult situation. Example, she was out on a limb with her project, nobody supported her idea. 59. Over the top, meaning, excessive and not suitable for the occasion. Example, her sorry was way over the top for a somber occasion like this. 60. Pen is mightier than the sword, meaning, words and communication have a greater effect than war. Example, a simple handwritten note put an end to their week-long Cold War. Pen is mightier than the sword. 61. Push one's luck, meaning, trying to obtain more than what one has, risk spoiling the current situation. Example, you have my permission to go to your friend's place but don't push your luck by planning a night out. 62. Raining cats and dogs, meaning, raining heavily. Example, we'll have to cancel the trip, it's raining cats and dogs here. 63. Reap the harvest, meaning, benefit or suffer as a direct result of past actions. Example, when he cleared IITG, he reaped the harvest of all his hard work. 64. Roll up one's sleeves, meaning, get ready for hard work. Example, my brother said he would roll up his sleeves and do whatever it takes to support the family. 65. See eye to eye, meaning, to agree with. Example, she was glad her roommate saw eye to eye on the choice of the flat. 66. Shot in the dark, meaning, a complete guess, may or may not be close to the truth. Example, he didn't know too much about programming, so answering the interviewer's question was merely a shot in the dark. 67. Sink your teeth into, meaning, do something with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. Example, Robin immediately sank his teeth into his new job. 68. Skating on thin ice, meaning, do or say something risky or something that could cause trouble. Example, don't say anything that hurts her self-esteem or you could be skating on thin ice. 69. Stand in good stead, meaning, to be useful or be of good service to someone. Example, being fluent in German will stand you in good stead when applying for an MS in Germany. 70. Strike while the iron is hot, meaning, to act at the right time. Example, the price of gold is at a 10-year low, strike while the iron is hot and invest in it right away. 71. Take a back seat, meaning, choose to be less important in a role. Example, he finally decided to take a back seat and let his son run the family business. 72. Take with a grain/pinch of salt, meaning, to doubt the accuracy of information. Example, a lot is said about celebrities in media, but that information should be taken with a grain of salt. 73. Take a nosedive. Meaning, rapid drop or decrease in value. Example, the share prices took a nosedive when there were rumors of the company's CEO resigning. 74. Take the plunge. Meaning, venture into something of one's interest despite the risks involved. Example, Jack finally took the plunge and opened a restaurant. 75. Taste of one's own medicine. Meaning, treat people the same, unpleasant, way they treated you. Example, people who often disregard others should be given a taste of their own medicine. 76. Think the world of. Meaning, admire someone very much. Example, Emily is a wonderful teacher, children think the world of her. 77. Tight spot. Meaning, a difficult situation. Example, the recent lawsuit has put the firm in a tight spot. 78. Tongue-in-cheek. Meaning, of a remark, supposed to be taken in a funny or ironic sense. Example, her comment was taken more seriously than intended. It was supposed to be tongue-in-cheek. 79. Turn a blind eye. Meaning, pretend not to notice. Example, people tend to turn a blind eye to crime against women. 80. Walk on eggshells. Meaning, be extremely cautious about one's words or actions. Example, celebrities are scrutinized by the media for all their actions, so they're required to walk on eggshells. 81. Want someone's head on a platter. Meaning, want someone to be punished severely. Example, I want that murderer's head on a platter, said the chief of police. 82. Watch someone, like a hawk. Meaning, keep eyes on or watch carefully. Example, the examiner watched the test takers like a hawk. 83. Water under the bridge. Meaning, something bad that happened in the past but is no longer important. Example, the couple had a serious fight in the past but that water is under the bridge now. 84. Wave a dead chicken. Meaning, do some useless, unhelpful thing in the hope that it will solve a problem. Example, restarting the laptop once the motherboard has crashed is like waving a dead chicken. 85. Weaken the knees. Meaning, barely able to stand because of emotion, fear, or illness. Example, the shock of being summoned by the Supreme Court made me go weak in the knees. 86. Wear many hats. Meaning, do many different types of tasks. Example, we have such a small number of employees that one is often supposed to wear many hats. 87. Weather the storm. Meaning, succeed in surviving a difficult period. Example, given the current global market conditions, the Indian economy is weathering the storm pretty well. 88. Wet behind the ears. Meaning, inexperienced and immature. Example, instead of a full-time job, she should be offered an internship as she is still wet behind the ears. 89. Whale of a time. Meaning, enjoy a lot. Example, she had a whale of a time in Goa with her girl gang. 90. Whistle in the dark. Meaning, pretend to be brave in a scary situation. Example, upon being attacked, she blew a whistle in the dark which surprised her attackers. 91. Why keep a dog and bark for yourself? Meaning, if someone or something can do a job for you, why do it yourself? Example, my sister has a printer, but she continues to write notes manually. Why keep a dog and bark for yourself? 92. Wide off the mark. Meaning, incorrect, inadequate, not what is expected. Example, her answer was wide off the mark, I couldn't give a better rating to it. 93. Wild goose chase. Meaning, waste time looking for something that has little chance of being found. Example, she tried to find out who the anonymous caller was, but it turned out to be a wild goose chase. 94. Wipe the slate clean. Meaning, make a fresh start. Example, when Mike was leaving home, he decided to wipe the slate clean with his dad. 95. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Meaning, dangerous person pretending to be harmless. Example, I thought she was a good person, but I realized that she was a wolf in sheep's clothing when she backstabbed me during the selection process. 96. Bite the bullet. Meaning, to face a difficult or unpleasant situation bravely. Example, I have to bite the bullet and tell him the truth, even though it might hurt him. 97. A dime a dozen. Meaning, very common and easy to find. Example, those souvenir keychains are a dime a dozen at the tourist shops. 98. All ears. Meaning, fully listening and paying attention. Example, go ahead, I'm all ears. Tell me what's been on your mind. 99. Eyeball it. Meaning, to estimate or measure something by using one's judgment or visual assessment. Example, we didn't have a ruler, so we had to eyeball the length of the table and hope it would fit in the room. 100. Spice things up. Meaning, to add excitement or variety to a situation or relationship. Example, let's try a new restaurant tonight to spice things up.